Welcome back to the All Seasons channel. Today we're going to be working on this fifth wheel behind me here. It's got a couple air conditioners. It's not working. It's got a total of 3 on this one, and 2 of them are not working. So I'm going to take you along. Actually, me and Cameron are going to work on this today, so we'll take you along. As I'm climbing up on this camper to look at the air conditioner, I see this screw. I don't know how this happens. I just don't know how that happens, but we'll put it back in for you. Alright, here's the first air conditioner we're going to work on. This is a Coleman, and when the air conditioner tries to come on, it just grunts and probably would kick the breaker in just a few minutes. Kind of expect that the fan is stuck on it, so we're going to see here. We'll get the shroud off first. Let's see if my theory is correct. Nope, the fan is not stuck. Alright, wonder if we have a bad start capacitor. Hey Cameron, you want to go around and tell him to cut that breaker on for this air conditioner? Yeah, the center one. The customer's going to cut the breaker on for this, and I'm going to try and spin that fan and see if it takes it. Just cut it on. Just wait till I say to cut it off. Or okay, cut it off. I thought it might be a bad fan motor start capacitor, but I don't believe it is. Sounds like the compressor runs, but we got no fan action. So we're gonna have to dig a little bit deeper. I'm gonna take this cover off here where all the capacitors, start capacitors and run capacitors are at. Well, I don't see anything wrong on visual inspection. Hey Cameron, tell him to try that again. Okay. I'm gonna have to take the rest of this cover off so I can get to the control board. Coleman air conditioners, they call their control box a J box. Alright, I'm just gonna, I got a J box. I believe it's the right one. I'm gonna just switch it out real quick and see if that fixes the problem. I think we just have no power going to the fan. So it's just as quick, just switch it's just as quick to just switch that J-box out and see if it works as it is to test it, because you have to take the old one out to test it, and I'd just soon just switch it out with a brand new one and see what happens. I don't think you're going to be able to see this, at least here in the beginning. What I'm going to do, I actually don't have the correct J-box for this. Okay, this black wire here is the high fan, so I'm going to put one end of my jumper in there, the other one on the power coming in to the board, the AC power. Make sure nothing's touching. Now I'm going to have the customer cut that breaker on. Go ahead and tell him to cut it on. We're going to see what happens here. If the fan starts up, we know we got a control issue. Okay, so we have a control issue. So I'm going to have to get a J-box, the correct J-box. We'll have to come back on this one. Alright, so I'm going to get the information off this air conditioner so I can get actually it's a heat pump. I'm going to get the information off this heat pump so that I can get the correct J-box, and I think it'll fix this one right up. So then we'll go to air conditioner number 2. Alright, air conditioner number 2. It's a Dometic, and I've already got the shroud off it, and now I'm going to have the customer cut it on, and we're going to see what's going on with it. So you want to have him cut this one on. Ask him if he needs our little ladder to reach that, or because this has the ceiling controls. Alright, fan came on. Let's see, compressor came on. I'm going to check the amp draw on the compressor, see how many amps it's pulling. Alright, well apparently me and the customer had a little miscommunication. I thought this air conditioner wasn't working at all, the one on the rear. It's just that he had to. This unit has 3 air conditioners. 50 amp unit. This thing would never run all 3 air conditioners anyway, so he had to hook this one up all by itself on an extension cord, plugged into the campground pedestal on the 20 amp receptacle with an extension cord, and this one works fine. That was where me and him had miscommunication. So this air conditioner's fine. Put the shroud back on it. Alright, well, welcome back. This is actually 1 week later. I know it was only just a split second for you guys, and gals. Forget about the gals. Hey, well, I'm not going to do that. We are here today to finish up this Coleman air conditioner that had the bad control box. And like I say, this is 1 week later, just because it took me a few days to get the part, and then we've had some rain delays. It's taken me a week to get back out here, so we're going to get started. I know you guys just really can't see much. I'll do what I can here. You may notice I also have my new lapel mic on, so the audio is going to be completely different from what it was just a few minutes ago. We're going to get this shroud off here. This is a This is a deck mount air conditioner, so you have to do everything from up here rather than do it from underneath. So we got to get the shroud off, get some of the sheet metal off the front of the air conditioner, so that we can get to that control box. Just got to get all these screws out to take this front part off, as the control box lives right back in there. They are mowing this morning in this park, so I hope this lapel mic's not picking up too much of the mower sounds and the weed eaters. All right. Got all the screws out of that. There's that control box that we're going to be changing. Try and set you up here. Oh, that's a pretty tough angle. Oh, yeah, you can see. All right, get her wing nuts off. I didn't tighten these up last week because there was no need to. Control box off. We're going to flip it over so that you all can still see what's going on. The power is off. Actually, did not verify that. I just asked the customer if the power was still off, and he said it was. So I'm gonna trust him. I'm gonna trust him. I'll know real quick if it's not off. Like I would already know right there. So it's all good. Strain release out of that box. Go ahead and get the new box. Get it turned the right direction. Get our 110 wires back in there. And go ahead and hook those up while we're here. The ground, it goes to the bare wire. White to white, black to black. always do them in that order too. From the upper unit to the board. And then we got our control wires. This one has 5 control wires. Just make sure real quick that they're labeled the same, and they are. So we'll just pull these off one at a time. Right back on the new board. This box has 5 control wires because this is a heat pump, and it is there's also heat strip ready. I'll show you that heat strip terminal here in just a second on the old box. So that's why it has 5 control wires instead of 4 like just a regular Coleman air conditioner has. That's why I didn't have this box. I keep a Coleman cool only. The other 2 are our freeze sensor, which we're going to change, which we got a new one. And there's the connector for the heat strip. So this is heat strip ready. This heat pump does not have a heat strip. I know in a couple of my other previous videos I've talked about inserting this freeze sensor in the coils. I know I've never been able to show you that because it's just up in a hole where you just can't get the camera. So here's a good opportunity. There's where the old one was. I'm gonna move this one over a couple fins. Just kind of push it down at a 45-degree angle. That's all there is to it. And we just hook our wires up to our control box. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera down and just put these last 2 wires on that control box, mount the control box back in, and well, we'll show you. Okay. Alright, so just get our spade connectors on for our freeze sensor. Put them 110 wires down in there. Put our cover back on. Flip it back over like it was. Put on those studs. That's something else y'all never got to see before because it's just up in such a horrible place. Goes up. Alright. Now y'all are in the way, so y'all get out of the way so I can put this piece of metal back up. I am gonna have the customer cut the breaker back on, and we're gonna make sure it works. Okay, he can put it on cool too and see if it works on cool. Came on and the compressor came on. Because what wasn't working when we were here last week was the fan. Apparently the fan relay had gone bad on that board, because remember I jumped it over and the fan ran, so I know there was nothing wrong with the fan. So yeah, we're gonna call that a success, because like I say, it's working now. I just got to get all these screws back in this piece of this cover. These little tabs right here that I'm putting on are actually what hold the front of that shroud down. So when you're either taking that shroud off or putting it on, you got to get it over these little tabs right here. That's why you may have seen me when I took the shroud off. I kind of wiggled it backwards and forwards. And that's to get it off these tabs right here. And when I put it on, I'll do the exact same thing. I'll just kind of wiggle it front to back a little bit so that it goes down in under those tabs. Dropping everything today. Okay, there's all those screws. Now we're going to put the shroud back on. Say just kind of wiggle back and forth. Pull up on a little bit, and you know it's under those tabs. You're good to go. Do a favor for the next guy that comes along behind you that needs to take his shroud off. Don't over tighten these little stainless steel bolts. Be very careful. Make sure they don't cross thread, and do not over tighten them. Because the next guy that comes along, if you do either one of those things, you cross set him or you over tighten him, he will be hating life. Because these stainless steel screws are just really easy to damage, and then the next time they don't want to come out. So there we go. So there you have it. That is diagnosing and replacing bad control board on a Coleman heat pump. So as always, thanks for watching. If you would please just go down there and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and as always, thanks for watching. And Cameron and I are going to go down the road and fix another one. Y'all have a great day.